Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am doing December 2025 horoscope readings. We're going to take a look into the month and see what is in store. First, we are going to start off with Aries. Aries, what is going on with Aries? This is like chaos right now. All right, let's take a look here and see what is in store for the Aries. Okay. My Aries, this month for December 2025, what do I have for you guys? I feel like clearly, as the cards have shown in the shuffling, this is a month of kind of chaotic energy for you. Maybe it's the holidays, family, you're busy juggling a lot of things. Um, I feel like this is also some leftover residual energy from the Mercury in retrograde we had. It just ended today, which is, a couple days ago, before December. It just ended, and expect to feel those, Mercury in retrograde feelings and energy into the first 2 weeks of the month into December. So even though we're kind of out of the clear, we have this newer free flowing energy coming back into, our rhythm, our routine, money's flowing, relationships are flowing, things are not as chaotic as they were. You may still see and feel that leftover chaos from the Mercury retrograde period for, again, the next 2 weeks into December. So by mid-month, expect it to kind of lighten up. But in the meantime, for the first half of the month with you guys, I feel like things are a little bit chaotic. You're still kind of running around, juggling a lot, shuffling a lot. I feel like also too, you guys may be having some type of chaos within like your relationships, and this could either be personal relationships, with family, spouses, partners, friends, even and coworkers. Whereas the communication with people might be a little iffy. Still expect some miscommunication, some errors in, communicating what needs to be done or things that you're expecting or, goals that you're setting up and planning might be a little miscommunicated, and you guys might get some wires crossed here in, where the direction is going, what needs to be laid out, the plans that need to be um put out on the table for people to know and understand. I feel like in giving people, those instructions or those directions, it might be a little lost in translation there, which isn't a terrible thing. It's not the end of the world, but I feel like for you guys, Aries, you guys might take it almost as like a personal attack or a personal, somebody has like a vendetta against you. And I kind of feel you guys having this energy of, I knew they would do that. I knew they would do that to me. That's just the type of person they are. I don't think that that's the case. I feel as though, again, this is, it's expected to happen. This month, these miscommunication errors are expected to happen, and they are going to happen regardless. There really isn't much that you can do to kind of prevent it except kind of controlling your energy, like on how you react to the situation, on how that plays out afterwards. So, when you do have these bumps and delays and things, and they're slowing you down from progressing and moving forward with the goals that you've set up or the deadlines you've created for yourself, just kind of have that moment of understanding and almost like keeping your peace, where you kind of have to refocus yourself, recenter yourself, and have that sturdy, secure mentality, be a little more grounded of, okay, I knew this was going to happen. I planned for this. It's cool. It's fine. We'll just start back over. I'll repeat my steps. I'll lay it out differently. It's fine, right? So you kind of have to have this mentality going into the first half of the month of, like, the saying they say is like a duck with water, like let it roll off your back. So you just kind of want to let it just roll off, and you're like, "Ugh, all right, whatever. It is how it is." And that's going to make things go a little more smoothly for you, and expect a pickup in the second half of the month where that energy is kind of gone. The miscommunication errors are out the window. Like, that is not a thing anymore. You guys will start to be moving a little bit smoother, also more quicker in the things that are getting done, or the progress you want to be seeing within these relationships. And again, the goals, I feel like you guys have like a very not a strict program you guys are running. It doesn't feel too strict, but it feels like in your mind, you guys have a very strict plan and layout or like a syllabus of like what you plan to do, what you expect to do, or how you want things to turn out. And I feel like things are going to align. They're going to come out, the way that you've drawn it out, the way you planned it and mapped it. And there's no need to be losing sleep over this during this time, also. Whether you start to have like a lot of anxious energy because, things aren't working out, the miscommunication errors, like what we talked about, don't let that affect you. Don't let that bother you to where, you're losing sleep. You're feeling drained. You're feeling irritable, irritated. Take that time again to keep that. It's almost like a delusional mentality you guys should be having for the first half of the month of, that happens. It is what it is. Like nothing can bother me. Nothing can irritate me. And don't give it that power. Don't give it that power to bother you and irritate you because it really will suck you dry and you will lose sleep. You will have headaches and, you know, just total irritable moods of where you don't want to talk to anybody or see anybody or do anything. And, this is the holidays. This is a time where people get together. You're visiting your community, your family, and you want to be able to enjoy that. And you want to be able to have that good, uplifted spirit during this month. So, just keep that mentality of, nothing can bother me, nothing can hurt me. And this month will go easy for you. It will be a breeze. Don't give these things power, Aries. You guys got this. You can handle it. You're stronger, than you think. I think this is also a test for you guys to allow yourself to have a little bit more freedom and fluidity. And that's something that the universe is looking for with you guys. They want you to be able to be fluid and to move and change because everything's changing. Nothing ever lasts and nothing ever stays the same. And sometimes change can be uncomfortable for you guys. So this is like a little practice run, a practice run for things to come in the new year for you guys, where you're going to be having a lot more positive changes, a lot more different switch up of your routines and your activities, but for the best, for your highest good. And, this is again a little trial run for you guys to get that down pat and be adaptable in the future.